Welcome to Vendina channel. Welcome to how to take women's measurement. Last week we talked about the center front, and this week we're going to the second most important topic, which is your waist to floor measurement. By waist to floor measurement, I'm talking about from your high waist down to the floor. So people make the mistake of where to measure your waist. So we have your high waist, and then there's your low waist, or I would say your pant waist. So if you want your curve to come up very well in a dress or in a pant or anything you're sewing, it's always better to use your high waist measurement. Your high waist is right here. And if you remember from my last video, if you want to get your high waist, you'd always start from your shoulder across to your nipple and onto your high waist. For some people, you have a natural curve, so it's easy to identify your waist, your high waist measurement. And then for some people, it's not that easy. So if you can identify it, if you have the curve right here, all you need to do is put your hand where it curves in and touch it on the tape, and then that's your waist measurement. And then you want to go all the way down to your waist to floor measurement. But if it's not easily identifiable, if you don't have that curve in, there are other ways to do it. You start from your shoulder across your nipple. You start with your underbust measurement, and usually your high waist for most people is about 3 to 3.5 inches from your underbust. So this is your underbust. So if I'm not sure, I will start from your underbust, or your underbust being where your bra wire is. So this is my underbust. So for me, my underbust measurement now is 13.5. So my high waist, if I add 3 inches to that, which is here, my high waist will be 16 inches. So, and then for some people, because I'm not too tall, I would say don't use 3 inches. I would say use 2.5, but if you're average height, you want to use 3 inches. So my underbust measurement is 13.5. So if I add 2.5 to that, that will give me 16 inches. And that's where my high waist is. And then if I want to measure my waist to floor, so this is where my curve goes in, and that's where my 16 inches is. If I'm all by myself and I can't measure the waist, so what I would recommend is always look up when you're taking your waist to floor measurement. Don't look down. Step on the tape so it stays firm. And then when you step on this tape, you can now bend down and lift it up to see where your waist to floor measurement. And if you're finding that difficult also, you can also step on it. If you have a mirror, always remember to look up. If you have a mirror, you can go close to a long mirror and see what's on the floor, so you have an accurate measurement. If you're doing it for a client, your waist to floor measurement, you always need to ask if the person is someone that would put on high heels or would wear very high shoes, so that you don't sew your dress and it ends up being short. So imagine now if my waist to floor measurement was 42, and I didn't take into account that I usually wear about 4 to 5 inches, and I made a dress with the waist to floor measurement of 42. The dress will come up short, and it doesn't have that elegant look you want to see in a long dress. So please always remember to ask your customer, are you going to wear heels? And if they do say yes, then you need to ask, is it 1 inch, is it 2 inches, so you can add accurately, so you don't have your dress too long or too short. But what I would always recommend is a dress is better too long than too short, because once a dress is short, you can add to the length. But if a dress is long, there are always remedies. You can always cut it to the desired measurement. So I'm going to go over the waist to floor measurement again just one more time so you can recall. So an easy way to determine your shoulder measurement is, like you can see I have a t-shirt on. There's always a line at the joining of the shoulder. So you want to start the tape at the joining at the shoulder, go across your nipple. You start from under bust, which is 13.5. If the person is not too tall and you want to have a rough estimate, you add 2.5. And if the person is average height, you want to do 3 inches. So my waist measurement, my high waist measurement is 16. So I'll take the tape from that point. Always do it on the side, don't do it in the front. Put it all the way to the floor, look up, step on my tape. Try to step on my tape and while I'm looking up, and then I can bend down and then pick my tape and see what measurement I have. So my waist to floor measurement is 42. So if you have any questions or any thing you feel I left out, you can always send me a message on social media, on my YouTube channel, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you. Thank you again for watching. And remember to please subscribe to my channel.